Hi guys, you're watching Ride Comparisons, and today we're here for a very different Exodus update. At the end of the vlog we will be going down the Fort Park Monks Walk, down the back of Fort Park, to have a look at how the foundations for Exodus are getting on. So there will be a normal Exodus update, but today we're here at the Land of Legends in Turkey, aren't we, Jacob?
Yeah.
And there is a Mack Hyper here, one of only 3 Mack hypercoasters in the world until Project Exodus opens. Hypercoaster has an exact model in China. I can't remember the name of that one. What's it called? Flash in China. So there's 2 hypercoasters by Mack that are exactly the same. There's also one in Australia with backwards seats. We're going to find out today at Hypercoaster, the Land of Legends, what a Mack Hyper ride's like and get a little bit of insight to see what Project Exodus is going to be like at Fort Park. Stay tuned. Let's go see what it's like. One of the largest loops in the world, with the lift hill going right through it. I'm not gonna lie guys, I'm really excited for this one. One of only 3 Mack Hypers in the world until Project Exodus opens at Fort Park. One of the biggest standard loops in the world. It's Hypercoaster. Oh, here we go. You're watching Ride Comparisons, and this is Hypercoaster.
Yeah! What was the fast one, Bill? What was the fast one?
Going straight through that loop.
I'm actually terrified. I'm actually terrified. Here we go. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, so we're not too sure yet. We've got straight back on it. We're at the back. I'm not too sure on the twisted drop at the beginning. What do you think, Jacob? Yeah, it's good.
So we're at the back. We'll see what it's like. We'll get a couple of rides in, then we'll give you a proper review. Okay, so we've just had 5 goes on the Hypercoaster. What do you think, Jacob?
That's a really good Mack ride.
Very good Mack ride. So let's talk technicalities. We've been on the front, we've been on the back. I'm going to say that the first half of the ride is better at the front and the second half's at the back. Do you agree? So for the first time ever on this channel, I'm going to say that the front and the back is a draw. What do you reckon?
Oh, yeah. They're both equal as each other.
So Hypercoaster is 200 feet. Project Exodus coming to Fort Park is going to be about 230, isn't it?
36, yeah.
236, Mr. Pedantic there.
That's
So
intense.
I'd say the best elements of Hypercoaster isn't actually the beginning of the drop like most hypers.
I love the drop.
The drop is
Especially in
good,
the back.
but because it's a twisted drop, when you're at the top and you start going down, you get pushed more to the side than feeling it all going down, if you know what I mean. And then when you hit the bottom and you go up towards the loop, that's when you get the most. And I think that's when you get the most out of it, and that's when I sort of was greying out.
I greyed out.
And the loop's absolutely fantastic, and so's the zero G roll. First airtime here was brilliant. So yeah, it's a very good ride. Do you think it beats Hyperion at Energylandia?
I don't know yet. It's a top 10
I don't think it beats Hyperion, I'm afraid, guys, and I don't think it beats Shambhala.
It might do, but I need more rides on it later.
Need more rides on it. We've got to see if it warms up.
It does.
So, where does that leave our Project Exodus update? What do you think of Hypercoaster, Jacob?
Brilliant ride.
It is very good. I'm not too sure on the twisted drop. Is it going to be a world beater? What do you reckon?
Not sure.
Is it going to be world class?
Depends.
One thing's for sure, it's going to be the new best ride in the UK. It might even beat the Smiler.
It could be a well beater Exodus.
But yeah, so the twisted drop I'm not too sure about.
I enjoy it.
Exodus is a little bit more compact than Hypercoaster is going to be, and it's obviously going to be taller as well, so it is going to be a very good ride.
It'll be shorter than most
Mack
bikes.
rides, there's only 3 Hyper Mack rides in the world. It kind of reminded me of a Gerstlauer. It has a little bit of a rattle. Your normal Mack rides aren't too bad, but I'm not too sure about a Mack Hypercoaster. They get a bit of a rattle, don't they?
A little bit.
So next time you'll see me, I'll be down the Monk's Walk at Fort Park, and we're going to look at the foundations for Project Exodus. Okay guys, so we're back from the Land of Legends in England. The weather's not as nice, unfortunately. So Jacob, what are your final thoughts on the Hypercoaster and what you think Exodus is going to be like?
I think it's a very good ride. And it had a really good first drop.
Anything else?
I think Exodus will be good. Have a good first drop as well.
Okay guys, so as I said in the previous vlog, there's only 3 Mack Hypercoasters in the world. One's in Australia where that has backward seats at the back, and then there's 2 that are exactly the same. One at the Land of Legends, and obviously one in China, which is exactly the same model and exactly the same ride layout as the one at Land of Legends. So, we've finally been on a Mack Hyper. What do we think Exodus is going to be like? At the end of this vlog, we'll be giving you an update from the back. We're just walking down there now. But the way Hypercoaster rides, it's very good. I'm not too sure about a twisted drop. I mean, one thing is for certain. It is going to be the best ride in the UK now.
Other than the Smiler.
Other than the Smiler. Smiler's our favourite in the UK. Most people's favourites in the UK is Icon at Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
Nemesis.
Because it was the first one in the UK with lap bars featuring an inversion. Project Exodus is also a Mack ride. It's going to have the lap bars. So the Hypercoaster is very good, guys. It is definitely going to be a new UK #1. It's going to be Icon. It's a Mack ride. It's going to be bigger. Hypercoaster is 200 feet on the dot. Project Exodus is going to be 236 feet, so it's going to be taller, so the drop itself will be better. Is it going to be a world-beating coaster? I don't think so. Is it going to be one of the best Hypercoasters in Europe? There's only
Possibly.
9 of them at the moment, so it's highly likely that it's going to enter the top 5, but I don't know if it will beat Hyperion at Energylandia.
It might do.
But it's definitely going to be an amazing addition for the UK. Now let's go have a look and see how it's getting on and all of the updates. So the last time we came, guys, was in winter. They were just putting up these screens, so we can't really see anything. They're trying to stop our fun and give people updates. They're trying to stop that, so you're in luck though, because I am a very tall human being, so I'm going to be able to get us a peek over the top. So here we go, guys, Project Exodus construction site. Oh, we got Colossus going over there. So they've got a giant drill there, if you can see. That's to put the ground pins in. And that's the best we can get you, I'm afraid. We can't actually see ourselves, only with jumping. Oh look, there you go, there's a log. There we go, that's better. So yeah, foundations are going in now. They've got the big drill there to get the ground pins in. And pretty soon, Project Exodus will be going vertical. So, Project Exodus, what do we know so far? Obviously, we know it's going to be a Mack ride. That's been everywhere now. Everybody knows. That's the whole reason we went to Land of Legends, to go and see what one ride's like. We know it's going to be 236 feet tall with a twisted drop, which is going to be very good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jacob was just saying that it's going to have an outer bank turn to the right as soon as you come out of the station. A little bit like the Untamed at Willoughby Holland, which would also be quite good, wouldn't it? Yeah. So that'd be very good. So they've released the colour scheme now. It's going to be gold and white, and obviously really cool. It's Project Exodus. So recently in the UK we had Project Amazon, and that ended up being Mandrill Mayhem, themed to the world of Jumanji with loads of monkeys and stuff. So what do we think Exodus is going to be, Jacob?
Egyptian.
So Jacob thinks it's going to be Egyptian, and I kind of agree with him, to be honest. There's also another theory going around that it's Exodus from the Bible, and that it can sort of be like a, well, I reckon that it's going to be like It's going to be the tallest coaster in the UK, so with that first drop, it could be like, it could have like a heaven and hell theme, like you're dropping into hell or something like that. So like mass exodus from the Bible. Oh, there's loads of bugs on the monk wall. Blech! Not like it was when it became in winter. Oh. So obviously the theory that Jacob just said, Project Exodus, gold and white colour scheme, UK's tallest coaster. If it is going to be themed to an Egyptian ride, look at all the other Merlin parks. You've got croc drop themed to, who is it called, the god? Sobek, yeah, you've got Sobek, the crocodile god, Egyptian god. You've got Anubis at Plopsaland, god of the dead. Anubis is a good ride in Plopsa if you want to check that one out, guys.
Awesome.
Very, very good.
Love the launch.
And then you've also got Osiris at Park Asterix, which is a really good B&M invert. So when you get these Egyptian sort of themed rides, they're always after a god. I don't know if there's any that aren't themed after a god, are they?
No.
So me and Jacob personally think, Jacob was saying earlier, that this one's going to be themed to Ra. So the actual name of the ride in the end could be Ra. We're going to be very proud of ourselves if this is correct when Exodus is released. So Ra is the god of the sky, god of the sun. Exodus is going to be very tall. So yeah, that's our thoughts on it, guys. We don't have any other information for you, unfortunately. Let's wait till 2024 when Exodus opens. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. Hopefully we can get there on opening day. And that's it for you guys. If you did enjoy today's vlog, make sure you hit that subscribe button and we'll see you next time.